high point of the day. It's not the Nifty Bank that's playing out expiry today, the Nifty Financial Services Index. So just keep an eye on that. Well, a time to shift focus then to our special segment, D Street Chatter. Nimesh joins us as always. Nimesh, we're waiting to get into another weekend, but what are you picking up?
So, Nigel, the good part is that while the Nifty and the sensex may look a little range bound, a bit of consolidation, but there is a lot of momentum in the broader markets.
Yes.
And that's where the big momentum seems to be. I guess come new financial year, some bit of traction is back. H1 activity is picked up as well in the broader market. So that clearly shows up in a lot of the mid-cap gainers in today's trade. In terms of volumes, again, a mixed day from the larger institutions. But I guess one big feedback is there is a bit of contra buying now happening in the pharma names. So a lot of pharma stocks is getting accumulated is the feedback from the dealing rooms across the institutions. So that's something to track going forward in terms of earnings as well. I guess, all of March we spoke about 16,800 as a big downside support. Now people are for the first time talking about the first resistance on the upside, that is 17,500.
Yes.
If that gets taken out, then maybe people are talking about 17,800, 17,900 as well in the April series. So clearly there has been a shift in terms of sentiment as well, and a bit of momentum is also back from the larger HNIs in the broader markets. I guess from a trigger point of view, the RBI policy this week, that will be a big macro trigger to watch out for, and of course the earnings season which kicks off next week, that will be a big trigger to watch out for. So come next week, I think the news flow will be much lower because a lot of companies will be in silent period. But I guess earnings will be important. But clearly the momentum seems to be with the bulls now, and there is a lot of traction in the broader markets.
Good to see some interest back in the markets, and particularly when the breadth of the market does well, then portfolios feel good. But Nimesh, individual stocks, what are you picking up?
Okay, so in terms of individual names, the first stock on my list today is PI Industries. Marginally under pressure in today's trade, but again, the feedback there is maybe you're going to see a big corporate development very soon. The indication is that the company is very close to a acquisition in the pharma space, so that's something to track in PI Industries. So that's the first one. The second stock is Sona BLW. After a big block, normally you see a bit of consolidation, and now I guess the volumes have picked up, and the buying interest seems to be back at a leading FIS. So there is now some bit of buying traction from larger FIs in Sona BLW. So that's the second one. The third stock is Anantraj, a mid-cap stock. Stock is at a 52-week high, good volumes as well, and I guess there is a lot of activity at select HNI desk. But I guess from a trigger point of view, all eyes will be on the foray into the data center business. That's something which is likely to come very soon, and hence a bit of momentum in that stock in today's trade. And the last stock is Nykaa, again a platform company under pressure. This is one stock where every now and then you get a feedback of large selling pressure, and that's been the case today as well. So the delivery volumes are going to be quite high, and there is a lot of FI selling coming in Nykaa in today's trade.
All right, Nimesh, thanks very much for that. On PI Industries, from what I recall, the management telling us they've been talking about doing an acquisition